Welcome back. You're watching Halftime Report, and joining us now on the show is Sandeep Bhan. He's CEO at SD Guthrie International Trading. Sandeep, hi, good to have you. And while there's a lot of movement in commodities, all sectors really waiting for that China stimulus measure announcement. But ahead of that, another thing that we've seen run up quite strongly is the palm oil prices at 5,000 ringgit, a third straight week of gains, and the price is trading at a 2.5-year highs now. What is it that you would see as fundamentals for the price rise?
See, the price rise is mainly driven by the supply concerns of palm, and then we have only available oil today in big quantities, that is in soft oils. So palm's niche demand remains, and palm's availability remains a big concern in coming months.
Sandeep, we also do understand that when it comes to production from Malaysia or Indonesia, it hasn't really seen an uptick. Would you say it's now stagnating? So while the production isn't increasing, the demand is?
Definitely demand is on an increase. There's no doubts about that. In terms of supply, Malaysian production this year is going to be a bit better. It is not going to be something exceptional. 20 million tons is the max that this Malaysia can go about. That's in the next year. This year we are expecting somewhere around 19.4 to 19.5 million tons. Indonesia, where we take as 48.5 million, and this year we are seeing a million-ton drop. So Indonesia 14.7, next year back again the same 1 million to 14.8, or at the most 49 million tons. Malaysia for 19.4, 19.5 to a max next year, somewhere around 20 million. So it's not a big increase, hardly an increase of 2.5 million ton over this year's numbers.
So while we are looking at production increasing by 2.5 million, what's your sense on the demand going forward?
So demand at these current prices is now a concern because palm has rallied us sharply. It has gone above 5,000. It's trading at a huge premium over soybean oil and sunflower oil. Now at these prices, demand is a concern.
Sandeep, and it's not just an edible oil, as we've been talking, it's a biofuel as well. And palm is something that is used from pharma to medication to shampoos and soaps and conditioners and cosmetics and makeup. How are we looking all of this impacting all these industries?
Definitely the impact will be visible if prices keep on rallying higher and higher. It will have an impact on that. We see one of the ingredients used in the lauric side is crude palm kernel oil, which has rallied extremely sharply. Extremely sharply. So that will definitely have an impact on the product pricing. Demand is going down now.
Sandeep, we've seen 34.5% of gains in palm oil prices in this year. It clearly seems to be outperforming all edible oil as a space. That is one part of it. I mean, as you said, the softs is something to watch out for. But with the new US president taking over and expectations that you could be looking at perhaps some sanctions on some of those oil-producing countries, how is the biofuel story playing for palm now?
The biofuel story for palm is mainly Indonesia-driven, and Indonesia is on track in implementing its B40, and they are going ahead with the B45, maybe B50 later on. There's nothing in Indonesia which is showing any signs of slowdown in biofuel, in spite of the margins now being a bit negative. It's continuing its growth story, and they will continue it.
Sandeep, also when we look at soy and the way Argentina and Brazil also see it as a biofuel, would you say that edible oil and biofuel is going to have a tough tug of war going forward?
Not really, because post this U.S. election, we will see more of a soybean oil in U.S. going completely into the biodiesel there. The availability will be now, the world will look for, which was previously looking at palm oil in terms of supplying globally. Now that shift is there. That shift is now to the soybean oil, and that soybean oil is from Argentina and Brazil. Palm is not going to grow. Palm is going to maintain its niche market, and palm is going to maintain its premium over soft oils now.
Sandeep, so where do you see the prices going now? For the longest time, 4,000, 4,500 seemed like a resistance. We're standing at 5,000 ringgits right now. What is the new price range that you would see going forward for the rest of 2024 as a calendar year? And what does it really mean for India? Because we're the largest importers of palm oil in the world.
From Indian perspective, we have seen since this rally started, India didn't buy. India had slowed down a lot. In fact, Indians shifted to soybean oil. In terms of price outlook to give in current scenario is extremely challenging. In a bull rally like this, it's hard to predict which way the markets will go. Of course, like demand is becoming a big concern now at these prices. Globally, we don't see any much demand coming at the moment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhan, for joining us and giving us your views. And thank you so much, Manisha, for joining us and taking us through what's exactly happening as far as the commodity space is concerned. Well, quickly back to the market.